Who was it that was helping the disbelievers? Iblis. He came. He promised them that he's going to be with them, he's going to help them, he's going to support them, he's going to make sure. He makes promises all the time. So Iblis, he came in the form of Suraqah ibn Malik. He came in his form, and we mentioned it before, he came in that form and promised them, don't worry, I'm going to support you guys, my tribe and my people. We spoke about that story. Now they're in the battlefield. They see him there, Iblis, in the battlefield. Who does he see? A lot of people, Ibn al-Qayyim mentioned, they became destroyed because they attached themselves to other than Allah. And guess what he said? Majority of them, their adhab and their punishment came from what? The thing that they attached themselves to. Not even something else. The thing itself destroyed and hurt them. Sah? How many men have attached themselves to a woman and his downfall was a woman? Sah? Yeah? Sah, brothers? Yeah? At-ta'alluq, connecting yourself to who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who was it that was helping the disbelievers? Iblis. He came. He promised them that he's going to be with them, he's going to help them, he's going to support them, he's going to make sure. He makes promises all the time. So Iblis, he came in the form of Suraqah ibn Malik. He came in his form, and we mentioned it before, he came in that form and promised them, don't worry, I'm going to support you guys, my tribe and my people. We spoke about that story. Now they're in the battlefield. They see him there, Iblis, in the battlefield. Who does he see? He sees Jibreel that he used to be with in Jannah, these angels. That he went against the command of Allah and left the opportunity of being with these angels. He knows who they are. So what does he say? When they said to him, Ya Suraqah, oh Suraqah, where are you running to? They don't know this is Iblis. Where are you rushing to? Did you not claim that you're going to help us? Did you not claim that you're going to support us? Where's all the promises that you were making? He then responded, he said, Inni ara ma la tarawun. I see what you guys can't see. I can see what you don't see. Inni akhafullah. I fear Allah. He said, I fear Allah. Wallahu shadidul iqab. And Allah is severe in his punishment. He says that to them. And then what did he do? He threw whatever he had in his hand and he ran away. Allah mentions that story to us. Look what Allah tells us. وَإِذْ زَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ أَعْمَالَهُم. The time that Shaitan beautified for them something that's ugly, Iblis will make it look good for you. Are we all together, brothers? A man is married, he's got a wife, he's got kids. He goes and he commits zina with somebody else. That person who's committing zina with is nowhere close to his clean, honorable family that he's with. Who beautified this nonsense for him? وَإِذْ زَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ. Shaitan beautified this for him. He does things which are, a normal person will look and say, why did you do this? Shaitan beautified it for them, made it look good. And that's the tricks of Shaitan. Tazyeen, beautification. So he beautified it for them. وَإِذْ زَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ أَعْمَالَهُم. وَلِذَلِكَ when Shaitan beautifies an action for you, sometimes you don't even think this action that you're doing, what you're doing right now, you think it's fine. قُلْ هَلْ نُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِالْأَخْسَرِينَ أَعْمَالًا الَّذِينَ ضَلَّ سَعْيُهُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَهُمْ يَحْسَبُونَ أَنَّهُمْ يُحْسِنُونَ صُنْعًا. They think they're doing good. They actually believe what they are up to is good. Why? زَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ أَعْمَالَهُم. Shaitan beautified this action for them. Ibn al-Qayyim in his kitab Ighathatul Lahfani fi Masayid al-Shaytan, he says that's what Iblis does every day to the people. He didn't just do it in the Battle of Badr. Beautifying things and make it look good. That when you get into it and you do it, he looks at you and says, كَمَثَلِ الشَّيْطَانِ إِذْ قَالَ لِلْإِنسَانِ اكْفُرْ فَلَمَّا كَفَرَ. What does he say? قَالَ إِنِّي بَرِيءٌ مِنْكَ. Shaitan looks at some people and what they do and what they're up to. He says, A'udhu billah. He says that about what they're doing. Do you understand, brothers? He beautified it. He gives false promises. False promises. And this is, wallahi, he does it every time. He's Adam and Hawa. What did he say to them? ألا أدلك على شجرة الخلد وملك لا يبلى. Ponder on this. And he already studied Adam and Hawa. He learned them. And he's now saying to them, shall I not tell you على شجرة الخلد, the tree of eternity. This is one of the tricks of Shaitan. He takes something bad and he gives it a good name. He gives it a good name. Because it's appealing to the people when the name is changed. Changing names is a satanic path. Look at the people in the UK. They call drugs food. Food. What do they call alcohol? Juice. What do they call zina? Affair. What do they call riba? Interest. Yeah? Good names. So that when the person is doing this thing, it doesn't feel bad because it's a good thing. I was in an affair. Sah. I took interest. Sah. One guy tried to sell me drugs in the UK. Or he asked me for drugs in the UK. I just came from a chicken and chip shop in the UK. I was at a bus stop. A guy came up to me and said to me, do you have food? And I just had a chicken and chips with me. I'm looking at him thinking, do I have to now give this guy my chicken and chips that I got? Because I didn't know what food meant. So I just gave it to him. I said, take it. Because rarely people ask you for food. Always people ask you for money, right? I thought he was genuine. I thought he's asking for food. He's honest. So I gave him the food. He goes, no, I'm asking you for food, sir. I'm like, I want food. I didn't understand when I told my friends or some brothers, they said, I'm scared. Food is drugs. He wanted to know if you had drugs. And then the word food is drugs. Ajib. Look at the youngster who stops practicing. He has to change his name from Muhammad to what? Mo. Sister's name's Aisha. You can't be bad and your name is Aisha. Muhammad. You can't be. It doesn't go together. Her name's Ash. Mo. Yeah? All these different names. This Ibn al-Qayyim mentions, wallahi, I encourage you guys to read it. Tuhfatul Mawdud fi Ahkam al-Mawlud. Children. Ibn al-Qayyim mentions giving your child a name is tarbiyah. And when the Prophet ﷺ was told, he said in the hadith, Ibn al-Qayyim brought so much benefit out of it. قَدْ وُلِدَ لِيَ اللَّيْلَ ibnun. My wife just gave birth to a boy today. فَسَمَّيْتُهُ Ibrahim. I called him Ibrahim. Nabi Muhammad saying this. Do you understand, brothers? One of my daughters, her name is Asiya bint Muzahim. I got it from Asiya. Yeah? Asiya bint Muzahim. The wife of who? Fir'aun. So every child I tell her, this name is from here. This name is from here. This is the person you need to follow. So the kids sometimes they laugh and they say, Fir'aun was your husband. The kids, they joke. But I say, you're not looking at the full story. What type of woman was she? Sah? Your name is what? This. Your name is that. The name for the child is a tarbiyah. Before you even teach him how to walk and talk and say things, the name alone. So just picking a random name because it sounds nice is a problem. Why am I mentioning all of this? Shaitan plays with names. He affects people by names. Allah tells in the Quran that the day of judgment, Iblis is going to do a khutbah. Khutbah. A'udhu billah. May Allah not allow us to listen to that khutbah of Iblis. Hey, wallah, he's going to give a khutbah. وقال الشيطان لما قضي الأمر إن الله وعدكم وعد الحق ووعدتكم فأخلفتكم وما كان لي عليكم من سلطان إلا أن دعوتكم فاستجبتم لي فلا تلوموني ولوموا أنفسكم ما أنا بمصرخكم وما أنتم بمصرخي إني كفرت بما شركتموني من قبل. Khutbah. He talks. And the whole entire khutbah is, I've got nothing to do with you. You did it to yourself. Don't cry over spilled milk. I spoke, you listened. I can't help you, you can't help me. That's what he does. Pulls out. And everybody who follows a people other than the righteous people, they will free themselves from you, Yawm al-Qiyamah. إذ تبرأ الذين اتبعوا من الذين اتبعوا ورأوا العذاب وتقطعت بهم الأسباب وقال الذين اتبعوا لو أن لنا كرة أي الرجوع فنتبرأ منهم كما تبرأوا منا كذلك يريهم الله أعمالهم حسرات. Oh, you follow this person that you were watching online. You were following this person. They will free themselves from you that day. They'll be like, I don't know you. I've never seen you in my life. Why were you following me for? But following the righteous people is going to lead you to what? Goodness. And you're going to be resurrected with them. Anas ibn Malik, he said, a day did not go by in my life. Anas ibn Malik said, more happier to me the day that the Prophet ﷺ has said, Al-mar'u ma'a man ahabba yawm al-qiyamah. The person is going to be with the people that he loves the day of judgment. When I heard that from the Prophet ﷺ, I was so happy because I love Allah. I love his messenger. I love Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman, he said. I love these companions. I just want to be resurrected with them. So Shaitan ran away from Quraysh and he told them, I have nothing to do with you guys. Inni ara ma la tarawun. I see that which you guys don't see.